Hey, this is Coach Wood with Before You Go Pro, and I want to talk about the spring transfer portal. I recently had an athlete ask me, with the portal being open, what does that mean for me? Should I be posting on Twitter? And the answer is you should always be posting on Twitter. If you're doing positive things, if you're working on your craft, you should always be posting about it so people know what you're all about and so that people always keep you top of mind. All of these coaches keep you top of mind if they need to give somebody an opportunity. But gets back to our question, what does that mean for you if the transfer portal is open? Right now it is the spring period and the portal is open, you guys, from the 16th of April to the 30th. So it's a 14-day period that the portal is open, and there are really three groups, you guys, three groups that the transfer portal affects. It affects the athletes that are currently already at universities. It affects the universities and the football programs that these kids are at. And then also it affects the unsigned, uncommitted athletes that are still looking for an opportunity. So let's get into it. Now, first, for the athletes that are already at a university, you already have a preferred walk-on opportunity, a roster spot, or maybe you have a scholarship, partial or full ride. This spring portal opening is an opportunity for you to say, hey, I'm going to move on to greener pastures. But is it always greener pastures? That's what you need to think about. A lot of young men move on to other schools and they don't get what they want at that school. So sometimes opportunities are beneficial when you leave somewhere and you need a new fresh start. Or maybe this school is offering you something that this school isn't. Maybe you balled out at the Division II level. Now you've got an opportunity to move up to the Division I level. Maybe you balled out at a smaller Division I school and now you've got a chance to go to a Power 5 school or make some money somewhere. Everybody's situation's different. You need to make sure that the situation is right for you. If you have a bird in the hand, does that beat what's coming in the bush? All right, so that means if I already have a scholarship at this school, Cincinnati, Texas, Air Force, is it going to be better what I get at the next school? Is it going to be better for me if I go into the portal? Because some kids go in the portal, some young men go into the portal, and they never get out, you guys. They lose what they had, and they're itching, scratching, and clawing to get back to what they had. All right, so the portal opening is great, but some will make mistakes. Some are going to better their situation, but some will make mistakes. So if you are an athlete currently at a university, and this is primarily affecting a lot of the Division I athletes, if you're already at a school, you already have a roster spot, you already have a scholarship in hand, make sure you consult with someone before you decide to leave that school and jump into the transfer portal. What does the transfer portal mean for the universities? For the universities, it's time to take inventory. It's time for the coaching staff to see who's coming, who's staying, who they want to keep. All right, so all of these schools already know that there are some kids on their team, on their roster in the spring that they could do without, that they would prefer to push out the program. And even though it's not supposed to be done, there are young men unfortunately pushed out of football programs after spring ball. And you're wondering, how does an athlete get pushed out of a program? And it's really simple, you guys. What they'll do is they'll say, hey, we like you, we like your effort, but you're never gonna play at this school. No matter what you do, you're never gonna play at this school. And they'll almost double dog dare the athlete to just say, you know what, I'm not taking it, I'm getting out of here. So the way that they push athletes out of programs is they give you no opportunity, and then they're very forthcoming telling you you will never play at that school. So schools right now during the transfer portal period are trying to find out who they want to keep, who they want to push out, and who they want to go get. All right. Now, sometimes there's athletes that they want to keep that end up going somewhere else, and they find out that, hey, we've got a spot available. We didn't know we were going to lose that player, but we lost him. So now we've got to go replace that player. So they'll replace a player with a high school player, with a junior college player, with another transfer portal player. Usually, typically what they try to do is go tick for tat. So if we lost an older player, then maybe we'll go to the portal or junior college because we want to get an older player in return. If we lose a younger player, maybe a freshman, maybe we are more willing and open to go grab a late high school kid, or maybe a freshman in junior college, a freshman out the portal, because we're going to match what we lost. All right. So for the universities, this is time for them to take inventory. This is time for them to tell, okay, do we need to go get athletes to make sure that we have the team we're going to move forward with this fall? Or are we set? We really didn't lose anybody and we like the team we have. We're good to go. So right now, schools are taking inventory. That's what the transfer portal period means in the spring. What does the spring transfer portal period mean for the unsigned, uncommitted athlete? Maybe you're in high school, maybe you're in junior college, and you're still looking for an opportunity. Well, you guys always have to keep in mind that schools are always looking for talent. You may contact them at certain times and they tell you that they're full. The roster is full. It doesn't mean that they're lying, but they will always make room, or they will always find a way to bring on someone that's more talented than what they currently have. Now, the spring transfer portal period, you guys, means that there's going to be options at certain schools. There's going to be open seats at certain schools. Your job is to know where those open seats are. Your job is to make sure that you've got your film evaluated so you're not overshooting your boundaries, so that you're contacting schools, DMing coaches at the right level, and you can move things faster for yourself. You guys, that's what we do with Before You Go Pro. We're tapped in right now to who has open seats, who lost an offensive lineman, who lost a defensive back and needs some talent at their school. So if you are the unsigned, uncommitted athlete, today's time is like no other. Athletes are getting opportunities later than ever before. Are you ready for the call? Are you ready to grab that option that other kid left? That school that kid left and he went in the portal? Somebody's got to take the spot. It's your opportunity. That's what the spring transfer portal means to the unsigned, uncommitted athlete.